I say, excuse me, can you give me directions to the old fort? He's dumber than dirt. Boy, his mom sure dressed him funny, didn't she?
It's like, what? What do you want?
He thinks he's got us.
Careful, honey. Careful, 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 careful.
Is that the best he can do? I mean, seriously?
Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a minute of Colorado Martini. Well, that. Oh, that's so cool that they play regularly. Oh, I didn't expect that. I was going to just start filming, and all of a sudden that started. So I'm at Fort Union. As you can see, it's really out there. It's about 8 to 10 miles from the freeway, and it's definitely worth a detour. So basically, this fort, as it stands right now, is the biggest collection of adobe structures in the United States, and especially the Southwest. So this is the fort that the Confederate soldiers were trying to take, because this was a very large fort, and it was basically where the supplies were. And so Sibley wanted to take this fort, and so when he was at Glorieta Pass, this is where he was heading, was to take over this fort, and then into Colorado to take over the gold fields, which could help fund the Confederate Army. And then they were going to try to go to Southern California to take over the ports. They had big ambitions, but this was going to be their big conquest, was this fort. But as history tells us, they didn't make it. What's really cool about this place, it's free. So you don't even have to use your pass or anything, but it is a free site, so it's definitely worth a look-see. And if you're into photography, oh, these are fantastic to take pictures of. Keep a lookout on their website. They have these great programs that you can come out and where they have like special photography type programs, and especially with the night sky. At night, it is so dark out here, and you can see the Milky Way clear as day and millions of stars. So you will have to walk out to the structures. As you can see, it's a gravel path. It seems like it'd be fine to push a wheelchair out here, should be fine. But again, you're in the direct sun, so make sure you have a hat on. It right now is 9 o'clock in the morning in Labor Day, and it's pretty warm. So I've been here off season before, and it's kind of a nice time to come because it's not so hot out and you get these beautiful storms off in the distance. Very cool. So about once a year, volunteers come out here and put new mud on these walls to help protect them. There's a lot of weather out here, and in order to preserve these, they have to coat them with the mud, a new mud coating all the time. So what you're seeing here, it looks like it's, not deteriorated as far as the mud goes, and that's because they redo it all the time. So they have a cannon out there that you can still see. You can still see the fireplaces and the chimneys of each building, the foundations. And then over that way is an older fort that is kind of a star shape that was here before this fort. And you really only can see it from the air. So when you take a drone up, but of course this is a national park, you don't take drones up. As you can see, I got the place to myself. Sunflowers are beautiful. It's September. Been here in the wintertime too, and the snow scared the crap out of me. Okay, I just jumped about 5 feet. That really scared me all of a sudden because I'm out here by myself. I love that. I love that they do that. So you can see they have supports on some of these walls to, keep them erect, keep this a beautiful place. So this, they're saying, is the Santa Fe Trail. So I guess that basically they came in this way and went across this way, according to this sign. So when you go up to the back of the fort, you can get this really cool shot where you can see through all the windows, and it's, one of those infinite type pictures, where it just keeps on going and going, and it's a cool shot. So definitely come back to get that shot. So again, I'm way in the back of the fort all by myself. There's like nobody back here, because the fort is kind of off the path, and it's in the morning. There's not a whole lot of people that come to this fort, which is kind of sad because it's, like I said, it's one of the best examples of a fort that still exists. Its walls and isn't a replica. Because a lot of forts that you go to, they've redone it. They've rebuilt it, and this one they haven't. And I've been walking and walking and walking. These trails are like a maze. They're just adobe structures all over the place. So definitely spend time here, Plan on spending a good amount of time. Give yourself time to really look at everything, and especially if you're into photography. Definitely bring your good camera, and walk the fort, because you'll get some wonderful pictures. As you can hear, it gets very windy out here, so make sure you bring your dead kitten, a little furry ball that you put over your mic. And of course, I'm out here without mine. So anyways, this is awesome. They have these great old wagons out here and everything. Great photography. So they're saying that these were fountains, which is really cool. The one thing that's definitely survived here is all the fireplaces. I mean, just one after another. This is just wonderful. So, this is the privy, better known as the bathroom. And they have found everything from boots to bottles, even a rifle down in the privy here. But they did say that compared to civilian standards, these were actually pretty clean to keep disease out of the fort. Pretty sunflowers. That's where the bugling comes from. It keeps scaring me every time it comes on. But look at all the great sunflowers. What a fantastic place. There's got to be a graveyard here. Oh, look at this. They show you the inside of the wall, the adobe. That's kind of cool. It's usually made of mud and straw. So this is the jail. It doesn't have bars on it. It's got one of the original doors. It's pretty cool. But it had to have gotten hot in there. There's only those 3 holes. So you can sit here and walk, and there's just so many structures I can't get over it. I'm actually back here all by myself. It's just so quiet and peaceful, and it makes you, when you walk through and you see how big it really was. I mean, this was a huge fort. A lot of forts of its day, the replicas and the structures aren't here anymore, but not this fort. It's very peaceful back here, and it just really, really makes you think about how many people were stationed here and how important it was to the region. So it's pretty cool that I kind of got this whole place to myself. I think there's one ranger here at the time. Yeah, it's morning time. But I stay on the path when you're here. Make sure you bring good walking shoes. It is a good amount of walking because this place is really spread out. But it's definitely worth a stop. It's pretty amazing out here. And if you come in August, come in the summer months, you'll get these beautiful sunflowers that you can take pictures with. It really adds to the picture. I've been here in the winter when I used to live in Santa Fe. And when the snow is on this adobe, it really looks amazing. And this is open year round. So, you can come out here for all sorts of programs. If you're looking to do some volunteer work, you can come out and help them with the adobe. by painting the mud on the walls. I'm sure there's a lot of volunteer opportunities. But they have candlelight tours, and I'm yelling because the wind's picking up. They have candlelight tours, they have photography tours, they have all sorts of things. So definitely go to their website before you come. When you come, make sure that you grab one of these because you're going to need a map. So as you're driving, you'll see all along the road marks of the Santa Fe Trail, actual wagon ruts. There's some right there. So when you're planning your trip to Fort Union, good luck on finding their hours. They are supposed to be open 7 days a week from like 8 to 4, something like that. But it's a long drive from the freeway, like 13 miles or something, from the freeway down to its gate. And it's a real bummer when you get to the gate and it's closed off. That's happened to me before because their hours, they don't say whether they're closed on the 4th of July, Christmas, or whatever. They just say 7 days a week, if you can find that on their page. So you might want to give them a call before you go if you're questioning it. I was there on New Year's Day and they were closed. We have some great suggestions on some books on this subject down in our description of this video, or you can go to our blog at coloradomartinis.com, and that's martinis with an S. Make sure to check out all our videos on traveling in New Mexico. It is truly an enchanted place.